As Babe Ruth's career with the New York Yankees wound down in the early 1930s, it was no secret that he wanted to be the manager of the New York Yankees. The Yankees hired the man they wanted, Joe McCarthy, in 1931. They did not hire Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth went on to play for the Boston Braves in 35 and then coached first base for part of the 1938 season. In 2014, the reason Babe Ruth was not hired as the Yankee manager, as given by his adopted daughter, Julia Ruth Stevens, was totally different than what most people thought. Most people thought that Ruth was just too undisciplined to manage other players and was told by Rupert that he couldn't manage himself, so how could he manage a baseball team? Julia Ruth Stevens told the New York Times in 2014 she lived to be 102 and didn't pass away until 2018. But she told the Times that the baseball executives were very afraid that their father would have brought in black players at a time when there were no black players in the major league. She said Daddy would have had black players on the team, definitely. He had friends who were black athletes. He spoke often of Satchel Paige and admired Satchel Paige, often went to the New York's Cotton Club, and there befriended black athletes and celebrities. And once brought Bill Robinson, the tap dancer known as Bojangles, into the Yankee clubhouse, and Robinson was with him during the 1932 World Series in Chicago. But in the early 30s, the major leagues were in no way ready to bring on black athletes. Now, the man they hired, Joe McCarthy, they didn't do bad there. He is a manager who took them to 9 World Series and 7 second place finishes. He was a little unique in himself in that he did not play Major League Baseball. He suffered a knee injury and didn't get repaired very well. He had a loose object floating around in his knee, and it kept him from running very well. And otherwise, he would have made major leagues. But in his day, major league managers were former great players. And also, there were many playing managers in the early 30s. Babe Ruth wanted to be a manager just like Ty Cobb was, and Tris Speaker and Rogers Hornsby. He thought he fit along with those other great players and should have been made manager. This is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics, bringing to you Game 1 of the tournament series between the Philadelphia Phillies of 1915 and the 1938 New York Yankees. I might have wrote 37 on the Yankees, and that is a mistake. This is the 38 Yankees, which is the same team as the 37 Yankees, except for one difference. Tony Lazzara left New York and went to Chicago in 1938, and Joe Gordon became the second baseman. But pretty much everybody else was about the same. But the 38 Yankees. All right, everybody, here are today's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Philadelphia Phillies of 1915, Dave Bancroft will lead off place shortstop, Doug Paskert in right field, Luderus in first base, Cliff Gravath in left field, Whitehead's center field, Bert Nyhoff second base, Killifer is the catcher, Byrne is the third base, and Grover Cleveland Alexander the pitcher. Here's the starting lineups for the New York Yankees. Frank Crosetti at shortstop, Red Rolfe at third base, Joe DiMaggio in center field, Lou Gehrig at first base, Bill Dickey catcher, Tommy Heinrich in right field, Joe Gordon at second base, George Selkirk is the left fielder, and Red Ruffing on the mound. We're ready to begin. Let's play ball. Here is Dave Bancroft facing Red Ruffing. 53 is the first roll. That's going to be a 19 off fielding column 1, and that's going to be an error on the third baseman, Red Rolfe. E5 puts a fast runner for the Phillies at first. We're using basic Apba, and we don't have the stealing ratings for the Yankees, so basic Apba all the way around. Here is Doug Paskert. And I think they're going to start the runner. So hit and run. 32 is a 26. Out of first, runner goes to second, 4-3. Fred Luteris, the first baseman, is the third hitter in the Phillies lineup. And he is the Phillies' leading hitter. 315 average in 1915. 61 is a 12. That's going to be a strikeout. 2 outs. And Gavy Cravath, who had tremendous power for the dead ball era, 24 home runs in 1915. Here's a pitch from Red Ruffing. 26 is a swing and miss, strike 3. So the Phillies get a runner in scoring position, but Red Ruffing comes up huge with 2 strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the first. Yankees coming to bat. Okay, the man on the bump for the Phillies is Grover Cleveland, Pete Alexander, grade A-C pitcher, X and Z modifiers. It's going to be a tough challenge for this Yankee squad today. Here is Frank Crosetti, the shortstop, leading off for New York. 34 is a fly ball to center field. Whitted is under it and makes the catch. 1 down. Red Wolf. 24 is a swing and miss for strike 3. 2 outs. And Joe DiMaggio. 64 is a walk. Fast runner at first. Here is Lou Gehrig. 44 is a base hit for Gehrig, I think. Nope, it's going to be an out with the A, takes it away. It's ground out to third, 5-3. And that's it for the Yankees in the first. We go to the top of the second, no score. George Possum Whited leads off for Philadelphia. 26 is going to be a ground ball to third base. And Red Wolf makes this play 5-3, 1 down. Second baseman, Bert Nyhoff. 53 is going to be a error on the shortstop, Frank Rossetti. That's the second Yankee error. And when you're playing Pete Alexander, you don't want to give any free gifts to the Phillies. Bill Killefer comes to bat, runner on first, 1 out. Killefer was a good defensive catcher and longtime catcher for Pete Alexander. And when Alexander was traded, Killefer went along in the deal with him so he could continue catching for Pete Alexander. 62 is a fly ball to right field, 2 down. Here is Bobby Byrne. 23 is a ground ball to second base, and the second baseman, Joe Gordon, goes the short way to retire Nyhoff, 4-6 at second base. Go to the bottom of the second inning, no score. And I forgot to change the scoreboard, which I do sometimes. We'll lead off for the New York Yankees in the bottom of the second inning. He is responsible for his own Hall of Fame career, but also Yogi Berra's career. He was hired as a coach for the Yankees to train Berra, and he worked with Yogi every day on his fundamentals in Yogi's first year or two. Here's the pitch to Bill Dickey. 6-6 roll. There's a drive. It might be. It could be. It's out of here. A home run for Bill Dickey, and the Yankees go up top 1-0 over Pete Alexander and the Philadelphia Phillies. Tommy Heinrich. Read his biography about a year or two ago. Here's a pitch to Heinrich. 44 is a 8 against an A. That's going to be a pop fly out to the third baseman, Byrne, and that's 1 out. Here is Joe Gordon, one of Joe McCarthy's favorite players on the Yankees. Here's the pitch to Joe Gordon. 24 is a swing and miss for strike 3, 2 outs. George Selkirk. 54 is a fly ball to right field. Doug Paskert is under it and makes the catch, but the Yankees get a run in the second on the home run by Bill Dickey. We go to the top of the third. New York 1 and Philadelphia nothing. All right, Pete Alexander leads off for the Phillies. 61 is going to be a ground ball to third base. Red Wolf makes the play, 1 down. Dave Bancroft. 61 is a ground ball to Red Wolf as well. Throw to first, and there are 2 away. Doug Paskert. .21 is a fly ball to center field. Joe DiMaggio is under it, and he makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It's the Yankees 1 and the Phillies nothing. Red Ruffin will lead off for the Yankees in the bottom of the third inning. 55 is a pop out to third base. 1 down. Frank Crossetti. 52 is a ground ball to third base or exit modifier, so that's a strikeout. 2 away, and Red Wolf. Hits are going to be hard to come by in this game against Pete Alexander and maybe against Red Ruffin, but if you hit them over the wall, they count more. Here is Red Wolf. 1-5 is that might be a hit. That's a single to center field for Red Wolf. Average speed at first base, 2 away, but Joe DiMaggio coming to bat. .34 to DiMaggio is going to be a fly out to Wooded in center field. We go to the fourth, 1-0 New York. Fred Luderus leads off the fourth for the Phillies. 56 is a 22 hit by pitch ball. So the Phillies have no hits yet. They've had 3 base runners, all 3 gifts, 2 errors, and now a hit batsman. Luderus is at first, average speed, and Cactus Gravy Corvette comes to bat. 23 is a ground ball, double play, 5-4-3. It's a twin killing on behalf of Red Ruffin, and he appreciates that. Here is George Wooded, the center fielder. Now with 2 outs, 34 is a fly ball to DiMaggio in center, and the Phillies are retired in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. New York 1, Philadelphia nothing. The Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig, steps in the box for the bottom of the fourth inning, clearly on the decline in his career. He did not hit 300 in 1938. Here's the pitch to Lou Gehrig. 53 is a 20, feeling column 2. That's going to be an error on the second baseman, Bert Nyhoff. Lou Gehrig's at first, no outs, average speed. And here is the man of the hour, Bill Dickey, who put the Yankees up top, 1-0. About a .331 hitter in 1915, and his home runs total was in the 30s. Here's the pitch to Bill Dickey. 65 is going to be a pop-up to the catcher that is caught by Killefer, and there's 1 down. Tommy Henrik. 62 is a ground ball to the pitcher, 1-3. And Gary goes to second, but there are 2 outs. Joe Gordon, late in his life, managed the Kansas City A's in Kansas City. Gordon, I mentioned earlier, was one of McCarthy's favorite players. McCarthy always said about Gordon, he couldn't tell you his batting average any given day, but he was the kind of player who would do anything to beat you, whether it be a home run. He hit 25 in 1938, or getting a base hit at the right time, or stealing a base, or making a defensive play. He really liked Joe Gordon. 61 is a fly ball to left field. Gavy Cravath is under and makes the catch. We go to the fifth. Yankees stranded a runner in scoring position, but they lead 1-0. Red Ruffin returns to the mound for the top of the 5th inning. He was a big athletic for his day. Pitcher, thick, good athlete. Here's the pitch to Bert Nyhoff. 51 is a base hit off of Red Ruffin, and that's going to be a first hit for the Phillies. Clean single over the shortstop, Crosetti. And Bert Nyhoff is at first with nobody out. Here's the catcher, Bill Killefer. He will sacrifice. 1-1, that's a 0, so we'll have to roll again. Bad time to sacrifice, but you never know when the 6-6, 2. Never know when those are going to come up. 5-3 was the sacrifice, so Nyhoff goes to second. A successful sacrifice, and interestingly, it says on the result page, a fast runner would go to third. Runner was not rated fast, but he'll be at second, scoring position with 1 out, and Bobby Byrne, the third baseman, stepping in the box. 24 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. That's 2 outs. The last time the Phillies got a runner in scoring position, Ruffin said no, and struck out the next 2 batters. Here he strikes out the next batter after that. And we'll see what he does with Pete Alexander, the pitcher. There's 2 outs. 32 is a ball that Alexander hits, but it is caught by Joe Gordon, the throw to first. 3 outs. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Yankees 1, Phillies nothing. Always love the nicknames on the Apba cards. George Twinkletoes Selkirk leads off the bottom of the 5th for the Yankees. 1-3 is going to be a base on balls for George Selkirk. Fast runner at first. Here is the pitcher, Red Ruffin. He will square around. And there's going to be no mystery here. Let's try a sacrifice bunt. 1-1 again on the sacrifice bunt for his second roll. 45 is a 6. That's going to be 5-4. Runner goes to second. 5-4 over at first base. 1 down. Here is Frank the Crow Crosetti. I think at one time he was Babe Ruth's roommate. But Babe Ruth was never home, so Crosetti didn't mind that, I suppose. Here's the pitch to Crosetti. 53 is a 20 on fielding column 2. That's an error on the second baseman, Nyhoff. And the runner, let's see, nope. Let's see, I was on the wrong page, 53. That's going to be an out. 4-3, Nyhoff made the play. But the runner goes to third, and there are 2 outs for Red Wolf. 300 hitter in, I think he hit 311 in 1938. Here's the pitch to Wolf. And he should be on third. 56 is a strikeout. So that's it in the 5th inning for the Yanks. We go to the top of the 6th, 1-0 New York. I made these Pog base runners for the Philadelphia Phillies this morning. I didn't want to make 2 sets of them, but normally when the 15 Phillies played on the road, they wore gray uniforms trimmed in navy blue. The way it's trimmed the same way their caps were different on the road. They had navy blue caps with white vertical stripes and a white P. But I didn't want to make 2 sets of pucks. At home, they wore red. They wore white uniforms trimmed in red. Here's Dave Bancroft leading off the 6th inning for Philadelphia Phillies, behind by 1. 22, that's going to be a single for Dave Bancroft. And for the 3rd inning in a row, the Phillies will start with a leadoff batter on. This one has rated F. He's fast. Here's Doe Paskert. Baskett's going to hit and run. I've not been lucky with my strategy rolls. They've been successful, but they could have been better if I didn't bunt. But we're going to hit and run here. Here's the pitch. 33 That's a hit column roll. And this is going to be a big success for the Phillies. 43 is a 6, and it's a double, and the runner will score, tying the game. 1-1. Doug Pasker with the RBI single is at second. Nobody out. Fred Luteris, a 315 hitter, is not going to bunt. He's going to take his swings. Here's the pitch to Luteris. 61 is a 12. That's going to be a strikeout. So he took his swings but did not connect, and Gravy Kaveth steps in. 24 homers, 1915. 63 is a fly ball to left field, and that's caught by Twinkletoes Selkirk, 2 outs. Here's George Wooded. 56 is a pop out to the second baseman, Joe Gordon. So 2 hits leads to a run. It is the Phillies 1 and the Yankees 1 going to the bottom of the second inning. All right, I said we were going into the bottom of the second inning. We're going into the bottom of the 6th inning. I was thinking 6th inning, but unfortunately my brain does not always do what I tell it to do. Here's the pitch to Joe DiMaggio. 25 is a 8 against the AC pitcher. It's going to be a pop out to Red Wolf at third base, or to Byrne at third base. 1 down. Here is Lou Gehrig. One, 2 is going to be a ground out to second base, or X. That's a strikeout. So a strikeout on Lou Gehrig, 2 outs. Here is Bill Dickey. 55 is going to be a 7. That's a single to right field for Bill Dickey. He is 2 for 3. Slow runner. The Yankees will play it safe on the pass. Here is Tommy Heinrich. 6-6 roll for Heinrich. That's a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. A home run for Tommy Heinrich. And the Yankees have an answer for the run scored in the top of the 6th inning. Tommy Heinrich says, here's 2 more. 3-1 New York. There is Flash Gordon. 64 is a strikeout. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It is New York 3 and Philadelphia 1. Both Yankee home runs were pulled close to the line in the right field bleachers, the most accessible part of the ballpark for home run hitters in Yankee Stadium. Bert Nyhoff leads off for the Phillies in the top of the 7th. 42 is a swing and miss. Strike 3, 1 down. Bill Killefer, the catcher, steps in the box. 31 is a 9 against AB. That's going to be a base hit for Bill Killefer. Average speed. Bobby Byrne steps in the box. 21 is a fly ball to left field, caught by Twinkletoes Selkirk, and there are 2 outs. Okay, timeout. Okay, Philadelphia does not necessarily want Pete Alexander to be the tying run coming up the bat with 2 outs. They're going to pitch it. Here is Beals Becker hitting for Pete Alexander. Here's the pitch to Becker from Red Ruffin. 65 is going to be a foul pop-up. Bill Dickey is under it behind home plate and makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. New York 3 and Philadelphia 1. New pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies in the bottom of the 7th inning is George Chalmers. He is a grade B pitcher, Y modifier, 2.48 earned run average. Chalmers is a name of a popular car in the era of 1915, which also gave away free automobiles to batting champions in baseball. There's the pitch to Selkirk. 21 is a fly ball to right field, 1 down. Red Ruffin, the pitcher comes to bat. 26 is a ground ball to shortstop. Ruffin is retired. 6-3, and we go to the top of the order. Frank Crosetti. 36 is a Y, that's going to be a strikeout. So Chalmers makes quick work of the Yankees in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the 8th, New York 3 and Philadelphia 1. All right, go to the top of the 8th inning. Each team has had 3 hits. The Yankees hits, 2 of them went over the fence. Here is Dave Bancroft leading off the 8th. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Selkirk is under it and makes the catch. Dode Paskert, the batter. 21 is a fly ball to DiMaggio in center field, 2 away. And here is Fred Luteris. 23 is going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees 3 and Phillies 1. All right, George Chalmers will stay on and pitch the bottom of the 8th inning for Philadelphia, born in Edinburgh, Scotland. Here is Red Wolf leading off for New York. 54 is a fly ball to right field, caught by Dode Paskert. 1 down. Joe DiMaggio steps in the box. Long lean Yankee center fielder is 0 for 2. He has reached by a walk. 41 is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. And that play is made by Dave Bancroft. 2 down. Here is Lou Gehrig. 43 is a ground ball to third. 5-3. We go to the 9th. Red Ruffing is 3 outs away from a complete game. Yankees 3 and Philadelphia Phillies 1. All right, Gavin Cravath leads off in the 9th for Philadelphia. He was the Babe Ruth of the World War I era. He led the league in home runs 5 of 6 years. And here is Red Ruffing trying to get a complete game. Here's the pitch to Cravath. 1-5 is going to be a single to center field. And the Phillies have been able to get their leadoff hitter on a number of times. Cravath is average speed. George Wooded. There's the pitch to Wooded. 16 is a 28. That's going to be a fielder's choice. Ground ball to Crossetti, who flips to Gordon at second to retire Cravath at second. 6-4. So fielder's choice. A fast runner at first now, George Wooded. Bert Nyhoff. Bert Nyhoff will come to the plate. He would lead the National League in doubles in 1916 with 42 doubles. He broke his leg in 1918, and that messed up his career, but he had a 50-year career in baseball and coaching in both the minor and major leagues and scouting. Here's the pitch to Bert Nyhoff. 45 is going to be a 2 balls and no strikes. Ruffing has the Z modifier. Ruffing is past his point of weakness, but he has to have 3 bad things happen to him. He's only had 1. Oh, no, I mean, he's had 2 bad things happen to him. Here's the pitch to Nyhoff. 42 is a swing and miss for strike 3. There are 2 outs. And here is Reindeer Killefer. 21 is going to be a fly ball to left field. That's going to be manageable. It's caught by George Selkirk. 3 outs, and that's your ball game. The final score, the Yankees 3 and the Phillies 1. We'll be back with a wrap-up. New York Yankees, Red Ruffing started 10 World Series games, and he completed all but 1 of those games. And it was no different here. He pitches a complete game victory in this game against the 15 Phillies. The Phillies had 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error. The Yankees had 3 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. The winning pitcher was Red Ruffing, gives up 1 earned run, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks. Losing pitcher was Pete Alexander, 6 innings and 3 earned runs, surrendered 5 hits and 2 walks. Star of the game is co-stars Red Ruffing and Bill Dickey. Bill Dickey went 2 for 3 with a home run and a single, scored 2 runs and drove in a run. So there's your stars of the game. We will go to Philadelphia tomorrow to play game 2. And in that game, it will be a chance for Philadelphia to be eliminated or to stay in the tournament if they manage to beat the powerful Yankees in Philadelphia. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and God bless.